Hello and welcome. I'm so glad to be back with you. I apologize, I missed yesterday. We got home at 3 in the morning from an exquisite trip into the Yucatan jungle and to, I don't even know how many, 8, I think, different pyramid sites and into caves beneath. So I am back. It's my birthday. I'm so excited to dive into our transformational abundance meditation for today. So we're just going to pretend yesterday didn't exist and we're still at day 24. So if you tune in, we're going to be doing a meditation, and all of these are free here on Facebook. They're always done live around 11:30, whenever the universe lets the connection happen. And all the way through the 17th, probably the 18th now, because we have we missed yesterday. So you can always go back when that happens. Hopefully you just went back and did a different meditation yesterday. Because once we end this, I'm going to ask you and challenge you to do another 30 days, to start over. You do it any way you want. Start at number 1, go through it again, start at 30, go backwards. Each day, check with muscle testing or pendulum intuitively, or look for the topic that you most feel you need in that day. But do another 30 days, build on top of what we've done. So my name is Nana Kasha. Welcome. Give me 1 second here. All right, thank you. I need a little water so I can speak more clearly. All right, beautiful. So if you would like us to send you reminders in an email about these calls and other things, go to nanakasha.com. Or if you would like to subscribe to my podcast or see any of these on my podcast, Bliss Life Podcast over at iTunes. So let's go ahead and jump in to today's topic. Today's topic is bliss. And I found this graphic as I was looking for images to share with you that represented bliss, because when you see a picture, the frequency of that affects you, affects your mood, your consciousness, your mind, your body, and it changes your rate and your state. And when it feels blissful to you, it's very powerful. So I'm going to upgrade this picture because I have pictures of my own now that are much nicer than this. There's no people in them. But the beach represents bliss to me. That's why I live at the beach. It's why I'm looking at it right now. I can see the Caribbean from my home. I can walk to it. That was my bliss. And for most of my life, I never even considered it was possible for me to live there. And I would go to the beach and I would think, somebody gets to do this every day. What's going on with me? I moved to LA at one point, enjoyed the beach so much. Then I moved to New Mexico. There's no beach. Moved to Texas. There was a beach, and I used it as much as possible. And even though it wasn't a glamorous beach, it was a warm beach. And the beach energy is always what ignites my bliss. And then I was in San Diego, and I was able to drive to the beach in 8 minutes, and that was incredible. And my goal then was, within me, was I'm following my bliss. And following my bliss meant for me that I had more and more opportunity to be at the beach, to be in the beach energy. And when I was younger, I really wanted to get in the water. I wanted to be able to suntan. But as I realized the energy, the frequency of the beach, the waves, the water, the salt, the wind, the breeze, the sun, the sky, the sand. The sand is like tiny little crystals. It's literally pulling energies out of you that are no good, clearing and opening your feet chakras. And then, of course, the salt water. Well, when we're at home, we try to have an Epsom salt bath, or to purify. It pulls impurities, negativities, heavy energies out of you. If you have a massage, it's a good thing after that, because they loosen up things that don't serve you anymore. So it helps detox and purify you. And it does something to your mood if you like the beach. Maybe yours is a mountain. Maybe it's a cabin. Maybe it's being in the middle of a prairie or in the desert, at the Grand Canyon. Whatever the blissful place for you is, you should have it's optimal for you to have an reaching for it within you, not a yearning, not an emptiness like, why can't I be at the beach? Although I did feel sad when I would go to the beach because I knew I had to leave. And when I first came here, I wasn't planning to stay. I was planning to keep moving around the world. And now it's over 2 years and it's my birthday. And I'm celebrating with a party tonight. And I just got back at 3 a.m. after spending 2 days going into the Yucatan with some friends and 2 other women in the group who also were having birthdays this week. And so it was a blissful birthday. I can truly tell you that. And what's magical to me is that when I chose to stay here, I realized I can walk to the beach. And then in January of this year, when I chose to stay another year, we found a place where we can see it and walk to it. And all those years of my life of me saying, oh man, I love that. I wish I could do that. Help to manifest that. Now, what I want to do is help you not have to take your whole life for it, or to enjoy the journey. So when you free your heart, the bliss will follow. When you seek your bliss, it's what you will find. When you follow your bliss, it will lead you to serenity and illumination and feeling connected to all of you and to the all. It's a sense of wholeness. So that's the picture I should show you. There in the top of the screen, you see me at Uxmal. This is not from this trip. This was from a previous one. It's where we're going in March. And it's called the Pyramid of the Seer, foreteller, that ability to see, to vision, create your own future, to activate your third eye and your crown, and to receive the abundance, which means an abundance of energy, trust, love, self-worth. Those are the things that create the outer abundance that you seek. And I'm truly in bliss in this picture. There's another picture of me here leaning against the pillar, and I look almost ecstatic, and I was. So today, we're going to tune into bliss. And first I'm going to share some of my bliss with you, and then we'll take you deep inside of your own personal bliss. All right, so welcome, Akasha here, Nan Akasha. And as a 30-year teacher and seeker of bliss and how do we create that, my Bliss Life podcast is what this is. And it helps you explore, well, how do I seek my bliss? How do I even know what it is? How do I have the courage to follow it? How do I find the way? How do I do it without other people agreeing with me? All the questions that come up for all of us. Who am I? How do I create my reality? What am I here for? And then the desire to live your purpose. I am so truly living my purpose now. I have been every step of the way, but now it's conscious and it's blissful because I'm doing what I would do and love as all of my life. So these are pictures from my Bliss Life retreats, which I do on the equinoxes, and we go to these Mayan sites like I just went to. And it's one of the reasons I love to go, and one of the reasons we went was to check out the sites and to talk to the land and to tune into the energies and to have the experiences that then open me to know what the next step is, because bliss to me is listening to my own inner authority, loving myself completely, even though I'm not perfect. And even though there's plenty of things about myself I would love to change, it doesn't matter. I move towards that as I, in this moment, love all of me. Bliss is accepting that you have this ability to be who you are because that's why you're here. You're designed exactly that way. And so when I started climbing pyramids many years ago in Egypt and learning light body work and meditation and astral travel and chakras and healing work, and became a doctor of homeopathy and a master level hypnotherapist and a Melchizedek master and all these things. They were all seeking my bliss every step of the way. It may look like, oh, my business closed and my reality crashed around me and I don't know what to believe and I want to go find out what other people did when their life fell apart. But underneath, it was always me following my bliss. And you, at some level, are doing the same thing. Today, we're going to open that to a wider flow, to a bigger current, to hopefully expand it into a river that you will step in and live in. So are you always on your purpose? Of course, you're here. Could things be different? Of course. Every possibility exists in every moment. Is there a way for you to change something that you feel stuck in, or to achieve something you don't know how to achieve, or to get past inner fears of being good enough, or speaking in front of people, or asking for money, or doing what you love, or getting out of a relationship, or creating a business you've always wanted, or going and traveling the world even though your family's never left their town? Whatever it is you're called to, that's what you're called to. So in March, we're going to awaken the inner seer and activate the abundance, meaning open you to that flow on a bigger and bigger level. Every time people come to have an experience with me, whether it's on a retreat or in Light Body School or working with me privately or going to Arkansas for our crystal vortex, we are using the energies to raise your frequency, to release you from the past, release you from the beliefs and the thoughts in your mental body that hold you back. We're here to connect you with a flow of energy, to get the energy moving, to get you out of despair or depression or anxiety, to free you from guilt or shame, to empower you to understand that when you accept who you are, accept what is, accept what's happened, stop judging it, stop being attached to what anyone else thinks, you can rise up to higher, more harmonious states. You forgive and let go of everything, and it doesn't take effort. And from there, you can begin to powerfully create. And that's where I want you to live and to exist. So please join me or talk to me about it, blissliferetreats.com. We've left the special super early price up for quite a while now. So we're going to, in the next week, we're going to go in and fix that. So if you'd like to grab that price, talk to me about it. Doesn't matter if you don't even have a clue how you're going to get here. Half the people who come that way. They don't have money or jobs or know what they're going to do or how they're going to do it or how they're going to get time off at work or how they're going to take care of their kids or anything else. But they hear the call and they step into it, and literally their life is completely different in every sense when they leave. And I'm not saying that, they say that. So if you go over to blissliferetreats.com, you'll see a beautiful video, you'll see tons of photos, you'll see lots and lots of testimonials and comments from people who've been and they're coming back. And I hope you'll join us. So let's go ahead and look at our scale. If you've been with me, you understand that I'm sharing this from the Light Body School. It's a powerful, powerful tool. It's a scale of the rates of consciousness, the vibrational frequencies. So it's really great for you to test where you are before you start something that you're doing to change your frequency. You do yoga or Tai Chi to change your frequency. You go for a walk on the beach to feel better, to feel happier, to clear your head, to get connected to your creativity, to let go, to have peace, to be stillness, to get inspired. Well, that's raising your frequency. As you can see, that's raising your vibration, and that's raising you up, 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 up on the scale. So here in this place, in this space, you are having the opportunity to see where you are. So go ahead and connect. You have to be able to do muscle testing or pendulum. Be very, very careful if you use a pendulum. Learn to use it well. But I insist that my clients and my students understand how to test their own truth, because yes, you have your intuitive insights, but you also have your patterns and your fears, and they are really good at blocking you from knowing. So you have to have a backup. So you go ahead and you say, I ask for a clear and open connection to my highest good. And if you get a no, deep breath in, blow it out through your field, feel it cleansing you. Tap your feet, feel your connection. Look up, I am that I am. Now, once again, I ask for a clear and open connection to my highest good. And if you get a yes, then say, am I at neutral? 250. And then if you get a no, you ask higher or lower, and you begin to go higher or lower. Higher. Am I at 310? Yes. Am I at 350? Yes. Am I at 400? Yes. Am I at 500? Yes. Am I at 540? Yes. Am I at 600? Yes. Am I at 964? No. Am I at 600? Yes. 600? Yes. 600? Yes. And that's how you do it. You keep going till you get a no, and then you back down to your last yes, and you ask 3 times to confirm this is where you are. So not surprisingly, I am at peace right now because I just did a peace meditation, different from the one that I did for you yesterday or the day before. But remember to go and do it. It's very peaceful. I had some incredible comments on it. And so I've been infusing myself with peace, which is a blissful emotion, a serene thoughts, an illumination all around me, feeling all connected to the all, connected to myself and all my being. So as you're testing where you are, I want you to do this because everything I say, everything I show you is designed to raise your frequency. It's designed to free you mentally. Maybe the words I say or how I say it or how I repeat it. Maybe I write the words on the screen and that reinforces it in another way to come into you. So what I've become over the years studying with shamans and the mind and hypnosis and all these different things is frequency and energy is what you are, is what you change. And if you're at grief or fear and you want to be just in peace, then you have to raise your frequency a long way. You see where those two are. You have to go all the way from 100 up to 600, which is a large increase and a huge shift, but it's possible. And you've been in all these places and you know how to be in all these places and you're familiar with all these places. So today I want part of your bliss to be that you accept I'm a master of the scale. I'm a master of my consciousness. I'm a master of changing my energy. I can put some music on it. The music immediately makes me want to dance and I get energized and I feel motivated and I'm ready to go out there and take on the world. So whether it's yoga or oils or essences or meditation or these activations or sacred geometry or meditating with symbols or chanting or anything that you do, playing with your puppies, petting your kitties, your entire focus is always moving up, moving up, moving up the scale. All right, so as you are ready now, you know where you are, take a look at bliss. It's up in peace. It's up at the rate of 600 in the state of peace. So what we would call peace includes your emotions, your emotional body, your emotional field, which is your power center, holds all your power. It's like a nuclear power plant, but way bigger and better and not dangerous. And we know that our emotional field is powerful. We know when we get hit in the gut, when we're criticized or we feel betrayed and we drop down to anger or blame and that horrible despair or regret. We've all been in humiliation and we know how it feels, and we've all been in optimism and it feels way lighter and happier. We've all emotionally been in blame, even blaming yourself or blaming someone else or blaming the weather or blaming the economy or blaming the president, right? When you blame, you don't accept and you can't go above and get into love and peace and bliss. And there is no abundance and there can never be anything that stays. So our emotional field is a very important field to master, to become familiar with. Not let it run the show, but to allow you to be able to raise yourself up out of anxiety. What a horrible place to be. It's so stressful. And to raise up out of craving, that constant desire for more. I have to have more money and more this and more that. And if I don't, then I can't be happy. And when I do, I will be happy and I'll be good enough. And then I'll do this and then I'll allow myself. No, that's not how it works. Hate is an emotion. And then you have affirmation when you feel, okay, yes, I can do it. You become the little engine that could. And trust, what an exquisite and beautiful emotional field to be in. Optimism and then forgiveness. So the reason we have acceptance lit up, because this is the moment you take your power back. You go from being in energies and states and emotional states that are heavy and that require force for you to do anything. Once you rise above the water into acceptance, your emotional body goes into forgiveness. This isn't something you have to do. Stop trying to forgive. Just accept. Accept what they did, accept what you did, accept what you didn't do, accept what you have, accept what you lost, accept what you screwed up, accept what you did brilliantly. It's going to always be that way. There is no state of, I'm always the perfect person doing everything right in every moment, and everyone likes me, and everything's perfect. This doesn't exist, and it is not the purpose of you being here. When you accept, your emotional field lets go. Boom, that's it. It drops the heavy buckets of sand you've been carrying. It drops the scorn and the hate. It drops the craving, the anxiety. It drops the humiliation, the blame, the memories. It just lets go of all of it. And then you have this entire field, this powerful emotional body designed to take you like a rocket ship to where you really, truly desire. It just lets go. Well, once you let go, that's kind of like a cleanse. There's nothing left. And now understanding can come into that emotional field because you're like, oh, now I see it. There I am. And from there, you see, oh, I'm so beautiful. I'm designed perfectly. I'm doing this incredible job. Oh my gosh. Have you ever read or heard of people who have had experiences in near death or have had experiences where they've gone into bliss or gone into ecstasy or gone outside their body or gone into expanded states? And they see the magnificence of who they are without the judgment of the human filter. This is where true meaning starts to come back into life. And that is what you start looking at something like, wow, how beautiful. I didn't realize you're so exquisite. You're moving into reverence. You're having reverence in your emotional body, respect, honor, sacredness. This is an exquisite state. And from there, your emotional field easily relaxes into happiness. And this is what we all hook on. I want to be happy. I want this car. Why? Because it'll make you happy. I want to lose 10 pounds because I'll feel happy. I'll feel good about myself. I'll feel good in clothes. I'll feel confident. I'll be happy with myself. I want to live by the beach because it makes me happy. So happiness is our conscious and subconscious goal, and you can see why, because it's at the state of joy where there's abundance and transfiguration, which is shapeshifting, literal transformation of your life, of your bank account, of your relationships, of how you think, of how you see. It's a beautiful and amazing state. And then we find bliss. So I want you to just spend a moment looking at this. Up and down, just the emotional body center, right? This column that says emotion. We're not going into your mind or anything else. We're just staying. You can look at the state, of course, because we're talking. But here, look, where do you right now feel your emotional field is most commonly vibrating? And what are little things that you could remember to leave like breadcrumbs to help bring you back up to bliss? Letting go because you accept. Understanding because you're free and open and have compassion. Happiness. Bliss. So what is bliss to you? What is bliss to you? So I want you to take a moment now and think about that. Let's declare together and set the space and your intention. Declare to your mind to go out and find all the ideas. Declare to your emotional field, I intend to go to bliss. Tell your entire body, your entire light body, your entire beingness, your environment, your computer, your couch, your dog, tell everything right now. I intend to go to bliss and bring you with me. I am recreating a new me. I am ready and willing. I am open and receptive. I am bliss. Feel it. What does that feel like when you make that command? You're in charge of creating your reality. That is a command. It literally goes out from you right now and restructures your environment. So some of the other qualities will help you get to bliss. Serenity. What is that? Stillness. There's that reverence in it. Illumination. Illumination is different than seeing or understanding or awakening. Illumination comes from within and lights up. Awareness and awakening. Abundance. Bliss must include abundance. So your definition of abundance and your definition of bliss. Take a moment now to tune into that, to write about it, or just close your eyes and think it through. Feel it. Begin to feel into. What is bliss for me? So as you're defining bliss for yourself, allow the feelings to come up, the thoughts, the memories, the visions, the images. Like I showed you, bliss for me is the beach, and it heals me. It makes me feel whole. During my divorce, I was living in San Antonio, and I loved Port Aransas, which was at the beach. And I went down there for 3 months in a row, a rented condo. And I spent as little time in San Antonio as possible. And I spent every day I could on the beach, walking on the beach, thinking, talking, sometimes just sitting in a chair in the waves. and it felt like it filled me up. So what is your place that fills you up, that helps you heal, that helps you rise above, forgive, forget, let go, find harmony, understanding, reverence, happiness? So you know that the thoughts are one thing, and then the feelings and the sensations are another. So your assignment is tuning into your abundance requires you to understand the sensations you relate to bliss, serenity, illumination, joy, happiness. For me, it's fresh fruit, smoothies and fresh fruits and salads, and the freshness of that kind of thing brings that taste, sounds, what kinds of music. I like the ocean breeze. I like quiet and hearing leaves moving through trees. I love to be in the jungle on the top of a pyramid when no one else is there, or just with me and my sacred groups, where we just are so tuned in. So, what does it sound like or feel like to you? What are the sensations, not just emotionally, but physically on your body or through your body? Or really keep expanding into all of your senses. Bliss, 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 bliss. So what is fun when you understand how the mind works, when you understand how energy works, when you understand how to work with the energies to reprogram your life, your body, your mind, to reattune to your abundant flow, is that seeing this word is beginning to change you to the state of bliss. Hearing the word, when I say bliss, 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 bliss. The colors are communicating to you, their frequencies vibrating. You're literally taking it in through your skin and your muscles, your eyes, into your brain and your thoughts. And then your mind is trying to make a pattern, and it's thinking, yes, I know what bliss is, and this might be bliss, and that might be bliss, but why is this bliss here? And pretty soon the word looks weird and it takes on no meaning. Sort of like, that looks really odd. You see the frequency. The word holds the frequency. When you speak the word, you are putting the frequency out. When you think the word, you are putting the frequency through your brain. You're allowing it to now infuse you. That means come into every part of you, mentally, through your thoughts. Then it triggers in your mind thoughts of bliss and thoughts that you can't have bliss, right? Maybe thoughts like bliss, yeah, right, bliss. I give up. I can't reach my bliss life. It's so silly. Nobody has a bliss life. Or, oh, I had bliss, but it was taken from me. And so it brings up anything that isn't bliss. Such a beautiful opportunity to let this frequency, this beautiful concept, bliss, to explode through us. So Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss, and you will find doors where there once were walls. There will be guides waiting for you to guide you, that are there just for you. When we go to the sites, I explained that we are all carrying different energies, different frequencies, different messages, different knowledge. And those are like codes. Those are key codes. And youth come because you're seeking key codes. You're seeking to go to this pyramid because it reminds you, it activates you, it brings back a memory of a past life in Atlantis when you created crystal machines to raise the consciousness of the planet, and now you know your purpose. That's one example. Reality. Okay? You come because there's codes in the ocean that heal you. There's codes in the plants and the monkeys and the jaguars that you feel that remind you of something. It shifts your energy. But what you don't realize is you carry codes for all these places, all these elements, all these animals, all these sites as well. And when the two unite is when you feel that release, that bliss. And that means that you've now stepped into a frequency where magic and miracles happen. At peace, we are the rainbow tribe. We are one again. We understand I am all and I am me. I am all with me and my entire being, and I am also all with everyone all around. Bliss, bliss, bliss. So take a moment. Keep just looking at this. Look at the very center blue eye and let everything else vibrate and pulse, bringing bliss, 600, bliss, bliss, bliss. The state of bliss moves through your emotional body. So if you free your heart and the bliss will follow, what could you write down now or just think about as you've created this connection now through what bliss looks like for you, where it might be, what it would taste like, what it would feel like, what it would smell like, who would be there. Now I want you to look in your heart. Is there anything in there that says, I can't have bliss, or I don't know where bliss is? Just look energetically and see. And declare, I want to free my heart. So now that you may have seen or felt an energy or a color or a sensation in your heart or in that heart center, right, that says, I want to follow my bliss, I want to seek my bliss, but I don't know how, or I don't have the money, or whatever the reason that came up that you can't or you won't or you shouldn't, or maybe just to feeling that sensation of bliss. So I want you to declare, I free my heart. I free my heart and follow my bliss. I free my heart and follow my bliss. I free my heart and follow my bliss. So relax and enjoy. These energies coming from these images may trigger something in you. They may trigger a memory or a thought, a healing, but everything right now is inside of this space of bliss. We activate and invite the golden ray to create a golden cone of light above and below us. Wrap us in the all-seeing eye and activate a light sphere to infinity. Within this space, we enter with our hearts and minds open, ready and willing, open and receptive to move to bliss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We invite in the guides that are optimal for each person here, each person who listens to this, that will help to release and rise up to bliss. So this is my bliss. This is my honey bunny, my soulmate, Chris. I was so blessed to meet him almost 13 years ago, and we are inseparable. I literally cannot get enough of this beautiful man. And this was yesterday on our 2-day trip through into the Yucatan with a group of friends and 2 other birthday girls. We went to a lot of sites. We climbed a lot of pyramids. We meditated at a lot of exquisite sacred places. And we were out in this beautiful sky. You can see the sky. The energies from each place different because of the land and because of the structure and because of the intention that was there, the wisdom and heart of the ancient Mayans just pouring through us. We went to portals and activated them, and all kinds of magic everywhere we went. This was me inside of the portal at Labna doing an activation. There I am, free in my heart, loving the sun, breathing in the energies. This was a caves that we went into. And this is some of these places I'm showing you we will be going to at the March Bliss Life Retreats. This is called the Loltun Stone Flower. Stone Flower. Exquisite cathedral-sized caves that you walk through. We got to play frequencies on some of the stalactites. I'm not sure which one it is that comes down versus up. And be in the dark and tone and see this exquisite space. This is me in the caves here. There's a little light being above my head. Just a couple of them, I just saw that. This is when we came out of the caves. They had this, one of my favorite flowers. Bougainvillea raises my vibration and brings me into bliss. I spent a painful time of relationships breaking and separating, and I would get through it with a painful heart by seeing and visioning and heart weaving with the bougainvillea, the frequency that comes off of them. This is Chakmu, the rain god, and those X's are stars. So it's the cosmos and the abundance pouring down. You can feel it. You can see the flowers and the feathers. And this is bringing the flower of life down from the stars to you, pouring abundance on you. I love the symbols and symbology. I love feeling intuitively the energy. I love the meditations and visions that I get when I go here. This is pure bliss to me, just pure bliss. Combining my spirituality, energy work, communicating with others' energies, the stones, the ancient Mayans, the land, nature, birds, jaguars, dragonflies came and played with me this time at one site. The last time we were there, it was bees, just dozens, hundreds and hundreds of bees, this raising their frequency. It was exquisite. I love communicating with all life, with my higher self, with angels, with guides, with goddesses and ascended masters, and all of the levels and dimensions of being. And these are the most exquisite things to me that I seek constantly every day to expand and find bliss. And so going here and feeling it and receiving it and seeing which things open new key codes within me and turn on soul triggers for me, and which ones can I begin to understand, and which things are where I can bring other people, because that's another part of my bliss, is bringing other people to these places. So I am seeking my bliss by seeking places to bring you to, that will activate your awareness and your love and your abundance for yourself, and open your inner eye and let you to continue. So this is one of the X's that was on the ground here, because they haven't restored this whole thing. And that's a star. That represents a star to the Mayans. And so I thought this was too good to pass, was catch a falling star, to have that beautiful symbol and energy of the star. This was a cave painting, an ancient Mayan cave painting, 8,000 years BC. Here's me in the caves, absorbing the energies. Amazing, the stone and the limestone. These unique experiences with nature, combined with being able to do the energy work, to sense and feel it, not just see it as a tourist, is my bliss. Pure bliss, just beyond belief. I was so happy like a puppy for 2 full days. These beautiful, exquisite beings, and how this was formed. And we learned that the Mayans would come down in the vines and scale down into these caves, and they would meditate. And they didn't live in here. They respected it, like coming into Xibalba, into the underworld, into the womb of the earth. And when you came down in here, you communicated and renewed and meditated and spoke to the earth. The water that formed this was a cenote, it was full of water before. And then, of course, the limestone is all ancient seabed, so we're surrounded with the ancient seabed, the seabed of Atlantis. There's fossils in this, and then it's formed because of the water element flowing in constant change. And so the elemental connections, this is what I love. This is what raises my frequency, is speaking to the water, to the walls, to the ancients through these rocks and fossils, and walking in the place where ancient Mayans meditated. And one cave that we went into, this is playing one stalactite. So the name of this is called Lol Tun, and it means stone flower. But it's because when they showed me how to play this. So I'm hitting it in one spot, and it does a frequency, a vibration that sounds like Lol, Lol, the first name, and then you hit it in another spot, Tun. And so we were able to Lol, Tun, Lol, Tun, Lol, Tun. And so I would play it, and it would vibrate up through the structure and through the cave and through our bodies. And then we turned the lights off, and we all toned with it. Lo, tune, lo, tune. Now you're shifting frequency. You're having an experience with nature, with Gaia. You're having this transformation that's changing your beliefs and your thoughts. It's raising you up to bliss. For me, this is bliss. Now, if the caves weren't huge, I wouldn't be in them. They're not crawling caves. That would not be bliss to me. But these are enormous, like being inside of a cathedral. And the frequency and being with a group of people who loved this as much as I do was a whole other level of bliss for me this time. And this is a group of friends, and when I take my groups there, my retreats to places like this, yes, we're all there for the same purpose. So this was a birthday celebration, and it wasn't just, ooh, let's go party on the beach, right? It had the depth and the meaning and the connection to all these places. This is another exquisite site we went to. It's just at the top of this pyramid is just dozens and dozens of these stone columns. The day was very windy and cool, and the clouds were sort of dark, so there wasn't a lot of sun, and the energy of the weather and the winds of change moving through added to the frequency that we were picking up at these places. And what I loved was we would each walk around, and two of us might walk together, and then it might shift to someone else, and different people would be drawn together in our group to speak to each other. And then suddenly I would sit down and meditate and notice someone else had, and we would end up and we'd all be sitting in these fascinating configurations, having these deep experiences as if we were on a spaceship or in a beam of light in the pyramid, or all of these visions and cosmic experiences and connections to ancient beings and Atlantean king priests. And this is what happened in the last 2 days. And this is my bliss. This is the weirdness of me, and it brings me bliss. So you might be thinking, okay, that's a little too weird or a little too much, or I want that, I like this, but I don't like that. That's fine, because it's not your bliss, it's mine. So this is to inspire you to feel my bliss. And if you love it, come play with me. Let's do it. But do you see how, I'm blown away. I didn't plan this trip. I knew I needed to go back to this area again for the next retreat in March, and I felt strongly called. I have a group of friends here who said, yeah, we'd love to go, put it together. And I kept feeling a hesitance because I listened to my authority within. And I thought, it's not the right trip. It'll come together. And then I thought maybe just Chris and I should go. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, my friend calls and says, oh, I'm coming there with my family, and we're going on this trip, and we want you to come with us. And I'm bringing my best friends, and it's going to be this agenda through the Yucatan to all these places. Do you like that? Does that sound good to you? I couldn't believe it. It could be to any pyramids, it could be to any epic experience, and I would say yes. But this came and gifted to me because I'm aligned with receiving my bliss. It was gifted to me to the exact places I wanted to go, to the exact area that I felt called to, and I felt I needed to go, and I was going to go to anyway. And it gave me a new level of bliss. I got to experience being with people that are unlike people that I grew up with. I got to see families interact in ways that were so beautiful that I'd never seen, and fun and laughter and depth and spirituality, and then just bliss. Absolute bliss. And for me, I love going to these places for their beauty and for the energy, but most of all, to meditate, to activate, to connect, to communicate. This was a really unusual place that we went. The Spanish came through here and slaughtered all the Mayans and built millions of missions, and they built this one on top of a very exquisite, a very powerful pyramid that was designed based on a temple in Atlantis. And this happened to be, again, really exquisitely wonderful. As we drove through these small towns, out through the jungles into these remote areas, we kept coming across little towns and big towns, bigger towns, not really big towns, but all-sized towns that were having celebrations and festivals and parades and children's on bikes and kids running, and they all had T-shirts. La Reina de Mexico, the Queen of Mexico, Guadalupe, Mary. So this was Mother Mary. And her birthday was yesterday. And so everywhere we went, there was birthday celebrations for Mother Mary. And there's 3 of us in the van having birthdays this week. And this was where we went, where people had come. There were way more. This is all I could get in the picture, and lit candles to her. It's an ancient place where people come to, the inside of the church was very pretty, to honor her, and all the candles. So beautiful. This was a pyramid that we climbed. It doesn't look quite as spectacular or as difficult to climb as it was. We had to climb the other side. But you can see at the top there's trees growing. There was grass. It was like a rolling meadow. It was like an entire world. It was like climbing up and coming to a world where you could walk up and down hills. You could sit under trees. This looked like the tree of life. And where we spontaneously ended up all sitting in a very unique configuration. One person under this tree, the other person completely kitty corner on the other side, and then all of us in between on this rolling hill. And we were all facing out towards this. It was exquisite. I had so much bliss. So we're going to go into our meditation now that I've shared some bliss that I experienced in the last few days with you. And I want to give you permission now to free yourself and to be in bliss. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in this blissful scene. Bring it into your eyes, into your lungs. Let it roll down your body. Take another deep breath in, bliss. Bring it into your mind. And let it wash away. Let the wind just gently blow away everything that's keeping you in lower frequencies. Bit by bit, you free your heart. You feel yourself clearing. The sky's clear. You open your heart and your mind and lift your inner eye up to the light, always up to the light. As you do, you feel all around you light spheres, like bubbles, beautiful, loving light beings. And they're sending you the most exquisite energies. You feel them caressing your skin. You taste them on your tongue. You swallow them and feel them go into your belly. And they whisper, bliss, 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 bliss. From this point on, you can keep watching the images I share. You can close your eyes when you feel it's optimal for you. You continue to open your field and feel as if you are expanding to this light as more and more of these conscious, loving light spheres and beings come to you. Bliss, bliss, bliss. Like bubbles all around you, you feel joy and happiness. It tickles. Feel it lifting you up from wherever you are. You simply can't stay down there. Come up, come up. Lighter and lighter and lighter you feel. Illuminated. You feel yourself passing through acceptance. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Whatever this is, thank you. Bring it to me. Bring it on. I receive. I accept. Let this light go deeper into your being. Light up your eye. Move through your body. Awaken your senses. And you feel yourself letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. And you begin to feel the colors of peace and harmony all around you. As you let go, you rise up higher and higher. You free yourself to become this rainbow bridge. You continue to expand and open, and these bubbles become rainbows that lift you up, and you sense and feel that now you can just let go. You can't even remember what has kept you down there, what could be so important. And you feel yourself freeing as if ropes are snapping and shackles are falling off and structures are snapping. You float up, gently rocking. You are now in the bubble. This is your bliss bubble. You've called in your bliss bubble. Begin to think and feel what bliss is to you, and then open your heart for the unknown bliss you've never tasted or experienced. Open it more and receive. Bliss is moving through, and you see a light that you feel yourself moving towards. Serenity, you feel a silence, a peacefulness. You feel one with all. Oh, yes. The illumination begins in your heart. The light grows bigger and bigger, freeing your heart, allowing you to see, oh, yes. Thank you. I accept, I receive myself, I embrace myself. I gather all of me up and bring it in to my arms, into my heart. I love all of my being. You explode in the awareness that you are all and you are one. You are all and you are one. That stream of abundance continues to pour through you, and you go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. I release and rise to my soul signature frequency. I release and rise into my bliss. You feel your heart stirring, and you declare, I now free my heart and allow the bliss to follow. I free my heart and allow my bliss to follow. You feel your heart lighting up, simply lighting up. There's nothing to know and nothing to worry about. I free my heart and rise to the frequency that is perfect, optimal, blissful, delicious, delightful for me. You feel a sense of understanding coming over you. Oh, I understand who I am, why I'm here. Let that awareness wash through you. You feel lighter and lighter as you begin to feel that sense of reverence, respect, love, sacredness. Wow, how beautiful, how amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happiness explodes within you. Ah, you feel yourself letting go. Everything falls to the side and you rise up higher and higher and higher, faster and faster and faster. You explode into stillness. Bliss, 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 bliss. You're in complete serenity, illumination, one with all of your being. The state of peace around you and within you. You feel inside that serenity, the one drop in the still serenity. Ignite the bliss within you. Listen for it. 3, 2, 1. Bliss. Enjoy your journey, being in your bliss. Accept it, allow it, let it infuse you effortlessly and easily. Open yourself. Enjoy your journey until I bring you back. Now, in the state of bliss, declare and decide I now attune to the frequency of bliss and allow my emotional field to completely immerse in my unique bliss. I anchor this feeling in my mind with serene and blissful thoughts. I anchor this state within my being with peace and acceptance. When I follow my bliss, I am more. I am me. I am happy. I'm joyful. I'm powerful. I'm purposeful. I have so much more to give. I am ready and willing to follow my bliss. Anchor it into your heart. I free my heart continuously, day to day, from every fear, every pain, every program, every agreement that holds me from living in my bliss and following my heart. Tune into the dolphins. They know how to bring you into a bliss brainwave state. Tune into the truth and anchor this illumination, this ability to return here, to turn on this illumination from within, anytime, anywhere. And tune into the truth. I am one, I am all. I am one with the field of abundance, with source, with all that is, with every form of life, everywhere. And I am me, singular. I am abundantly connected. I am abundantly blessed. I am abundant bliss. Bliss, 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 bliss. Take a deep breath in and breathe bliss into your body and cells. Take a deep breath in. Breathe bliss into your mind. And take a deep breath in and say bliss, bliss, bliss. And breathe it and anchor it into this now moment. Move your hands, your fingers, your toes. Move as if you're painting with this bliss. Take the energy from your bliss energy emotional field and take it into your hands. Gather handfuls, pour it over your head, rub it across your forehead, put it all over your heart, rub it up your arm, touch your body, move your body, bring this frequency of bliss, bliss, bliss back now, 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 here, here, here. Bliss is here. Bliss is me. Bliss is now. Put your arms up and out above your head. Yes, with your body, with your eyes closed or open, whatever is optimal for you. Feel yourself embracing the all. Feel yourself releasing, being a free, clear, open channel for all the bliss. Bliss in my thoughts, bliss in my hands, bliss in my bank account, bliss in my body, bliss in my relationships, bliss in my job, my work, my career, my business, my clients, bliss in the earth, bliss beneath me, bliss above me, bliss surrounds me, bliss in my thoughts, mind, body, spirit, bliss in my words, in my look and my touch, bliss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I give great thanks to this moment, to this circle, to this exquisite frequency and journey with bliss, for the shifts that have happened within me and all of us to embody bliss and bring it into our lives, to follow bliss. Tap your forehead, run around on it with your fingers, run, 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 tap it in, tap it in, tap it in. Bliss, bliss, bliss. Now out to your temples, tap your temples, bliss, bliss, bliss. Keep going around towards the back of your head, the exact opposite of your forehead. Bliss, bliss, bliss. Now up to the top of your head, to the center, tapping, 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 running, running fingers. Bliss, bliss, bliss. Now all around the edges of the top of your head where your crown is. And then all over your head. Bliss, bliss, bliss. This circle is open yet unbroken. May the bliss of this moment go with you in every step, look, touch, word, thought, and breath. Be bliss. Thank you so much for sharing my birthday with me. Woo! Bliss. Follow your bliss. Free your heart. And the bliss will show you the path. Get serene thoughts so you can hear and be receptive. And allow the illumination that is within you and around you now to light your way. Go ahead and test your rate now. Muscle testing or pendulum, I ask for a connection to my highest good, a clear and open connection. If you don't have a yes right away, breathe and do it again, and then say, am I at 600? Peace, bliss. If you get a no, say, am I higher? Am I lower? Am I at 600? Am I at above? Am I below? Am I at 964? Am I at 1,000? 964, 964, 964. So I'm at gratitude. So I'm above the bliss. I've moved into contentment. Please, please take this into your day. Take time to infuse it, to breathe with it, to bask in it, to luxuriously roll around on satin sheets in it. Define your bliss, write it down, sit with it, think about it. Go do something today, truly blissful for you. Honor me. Thank you. Give me a birthday present. Be bliss. Thank you so much. I hope you might consider coming and joining me on the Bliss Life Retreats. Truly is bliss. Or in Light Body School. Make sure that you stay in touch, and I will see you tomorrow for our next transformational abundance meditation. Namaste in Lak'ech. Thank you for awakening to your abundance. As you bless you, you bless me. You bless us all. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Namaste.